don't know what I'm supposed to do. All I want is to die. And I can't die. But I'm not living. For a year and a half, I've been stuck in this loop. This nightmare of lies. Of people coming at me and telling me to take accountability for things that were said about me that aren't true. And they don't understand why I can't take accountability for things that aren't true. Why I can't just accept accountability and responsibility for things that I didn't do. They love saying that, take accountability, but they won't take any accountability. I can prove that these messages are coming because of that movie, because they're using the movie title and references to it when they're posting. And they'll say, but it's not their fault. Just because they're referencing this film that was made doesn't mean that it's because of this film that was made. Doesn't mean it's the creator's fault, but it is. If they had not created those lies and published them to their viewers, I would not be waking up every day being told to kill myself because of those lies. They keep telling me to take accountability for my life. When are they going to take accountability for what they've done? When are they going to take accountability for the lies that they've spread about me? For the fact that I've lived a year and a half like this, and it's never going to end. They just keep coming up with bigger lies to hurt me. Because I don't have any fight. I don't have anything left. And I can't die, but I'm not living. I'm not moving forward. I'm not waking up every day with a goal and a dream and a plan. I'm sitting here wasting away praying for death every day because I know it's never going to get better. And the reason I know it's never going to get better is because when life finally started getting better, it all went to hell because of those films that were made about me that are still existing and won't be retracted and won't be ever taken down. And I'll never be believed. I was homeless for 5 years. And then a month after I moved into my Section 8, this began, and has continued since. I was finally having a hope in my life. I had a little bit of a light. And the people that took that light away from me will never accept any responsibility for it. They say, but that was a year ago, get over it. It's still affecting me. I'm still being harassed because of it. It doesn't matter how long ago it was if it still hurts me. And nobody ever took any accountability. Nobody ever did anything to fix it. You never made any kind of effort to tell people that I'm not a murderer. You doubled down on it. Sending people to piss on my handicapped brother's grave. And then telling me that I deserve that too. I deserve everything. Because I refuse to die. Because I refuse to stop speaking out about what's happening. Because I refuse to just become the lies that you've created for me. So that you can be happy and not be bothered and called a liar anymore. But you are liars. You took my life and you twisted it, and you say, well, we only used your footage. Yeah, you used my footage, and then you pause the video every 5 seconds to say, but what that really means is, and said something that wasn't true at all. I was mentally unwell, severely abused, dealing with trauma, living in a vehicle. And you made people believe that it was all by choice, that I just didn't want to work, that I was just lazy. Now I'm so depressed that I just don't get up and live. And you paint that as laziness. Oh, you're just lazy. You just don't want to do anything. I don't want to live. If not wanting to live to the point that you just stop living is laziness, then I guess so. But I don't see it as laziness. I see it as absolute misery and not wanting to live anymore. And nobody cares, and nobody believes me, and nobody understands. Because they believe the lies that have been told about me. They believe that I deserve this. I deserve to want to die. I deserve to live in misery and blackness. I deserve to cry every second that I'm alive. And they didn't believe that before those movies were made. They didn't believe that before those videos were put out about me. And I'll never be able to afford justice. I know that. I will never have enough money for a civil lawsuit for defamation or slander, even though there's such strong proof. Any lawyer worth his salt could win that case just by using the few videos that I have left here. You wouldn't even have to go into the ones that were privated. You could see emotional distress if you saw me as a human being, which if it was going to a court, people would see me as a human being. I'm only not seen as a person now because I don't have any money. But when you go to court and you have the money to fight for justice, you're seen as a person and that anybody could win this case. But I don't have the $10,000 to start it. And I'll never have that much money. I'll never have enough money to be allowed to have my life back. And day after day after day, I just sit and wait to die, knowing that it's never going to get better and there's nothing I can do to ever stop these people from spreading lies about me, horrible lies, not little jokes. They called me a murderer. That's not a joke. It's not a joke to tell people that somebody is a murderer because that makes people want to hurt them and it gives people the idea that they are morally right to hurt them. And there is no way to take that label off once it's attached. I'll forever be labeled a murderer when I didn't kill anybody. All of their evidence and proof that they're using to prove that I'm the one that committed the crime, they've redacted the truth and created their own. If what they were saying is true, why would I not be in jail? And any of you think logically enough to understand that if I had done the things that they said I did, I would be in jail. I would not be sitting here in a government-funded apartment waiting every day to die. I would be locked up. And the argument that I'm not mentally stable enough to stand trial is stupid. Lori Daybell is not mentally stable to stand trial, and she's still sitting in a jail cell right now, waiting for a trial, because when you kill somebody, it doesn't matter if you're crazy, they will still put you on trial. That's the argument that they're using, and it doesn't make any sense, and people believe it, and they hound me, and they torment me for it. When are they ever going to have to take accountability for that lie? And the damage that that lie has caused to my life? When are they ever going to have to be held responsible? When they say things that literally destroy other people's lives? I can't come back from this. For the rest of my life, people are going to call me a murderer every single day. I can't wake up and pick up myself and start a life. Being called a murderer, having people believe that about me. I can't. You might be able to. You might be the type of person that could live being called horrible things every single day of your life with nobody ever telling you anything different, but I'm not. And you're not going to create that person by beating me down. Which is another thing that they say, well, it's just tough love if you would toughen up. There is no toughening up enough to be okay with being called a murderer. Unless you actually are one and you're proud of it, and then yeah, sure. But if I was proud of it, why would I be arguing about it? Why would I be saying that it feels like my life is over because people think this? That doesn't make any sense. None of the things they're saying about me make sense, but people still believe it and attack me for it. Because I'm too poor to fight back legally. If I had just a little bit of financial help, I could get a lawyer and I could fight them and I could fight for my life. But I don't, and I never will. I'm never, ever going to be allowed to live again. Because I'm too poor to fight to take my life and my truth back. And that's the reality that I'm facing. You can keep telling yourselves that it's not that bad, but it is to me. It's worse than that to me.